Ooh.
I just gotta put,
Oh, I can't cover you guys. So you guys are gonna be on screen, the opening, because I have no means to cover you up.
You don't have nothing to cover us up?
Nope, you just have to kinda sit there and
be beautiful.
Okay.
be beautiful. Ooh. That is loud.
Yeah, sometimes it's loud. You showing it out there, baby? What was that? Can you turn yours off? Cheryl, is that yours? Cheryl. You close.
Oh. It is muted.
Is it you, John? I thought it was Cheryl's. And then just go to Messenger after John and set me up. Cheryl, yours just keeps coming out. That's yours. I keep hearing yours.
It's not mine. Mine's muted.
What the hell are we hearing? That's like really weird. Okay. What's he doing over there to drive us crazy? Damn producers.
Stop while we're at it.
I don't do all my groups. I just do the trucking groups, John. Did you hear me? Do we have a copy
I
of
don't
it?
know where to share it.
I shared it to a lot of places.
So you didn't get to anybody?
Okay, we gotta go.
Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, good evening. Welcome to TIBN, which is Truckers Independent Broadcasting Network. Your host tonight, Baby Darling TJ. Welcome to the brew. We hope everyone's had a good week because it's really been a really messed up week and I'm a hot mess today. But before we get started, please support the following groups. Tough. Truckers United for Freedom, and please go on the website. There's a lot of new things on there of what's coming up and what we're trying to do. Sovereign Roads with Ron Stinson, Truckers for Christ, Stephen Myers, Truckers Back the Blue, Truckers Find a Mile, Trucks with Rooms to Spare with Shelley, Real Women in Trucking with Desiree, and She Trucking with Shrey Moore. You can find us on YouTube, Spreaker, Twitter, and please hit like if you like it, and if you don't like it, hit like anyways. Honestly, we do this because it's fun and we try to get truckers some information. So you do what you want. I'm sure we get, we got our share of trolls and the whole 9 yards. But other than that, it's always fun.
Hey, but tell them who likes our show, though.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah.
Diamond and Silk. Diamond and Silk are really interested, and hopefully we're going to get together pretty soon and
Yes.
do some kibitzing, because that would be very interesting, because I love Diamond and Silk and they like the brew.
Yes, they
So.
do. That was pretty cool, though.
I know, that was really interesting to hear, because, you know, we work hard at this. This isn't something that's just easy. I mean, I have to do a lot of work to find some things for drivers, and you know, I gotta tell you, drivers are so fussy.
Oh, that's never, ever gonna end. Ever. I don't think. If it did, hell would freeze over, and I wouldn't know what to do if a trucker didn't bitch about something.
They're always, yeah, well, I think it's with any profession.
Yeah.
That happens, but it's just kind of like drives you nuts sometimes, because you really work hard at doing what we do. So, okay, I think enough of that. I feel like a hot mess. I'm tired. I hope everybody, you know.
Hey, Mark. Hey, Hardy. It's nice seeing you, boys, guys, men. Sorry, everybody's a boy.
Oh, I know. You gotta be careful with that.
I
gotta be
know.
careful with that at school.
I know.
You know. So I am just.
She shared out over here.
Well, here, can you get to my messages?
I will.
Okay, she's better. I hate that kind of stuff. But anyway, let's start with the news. Hey, Road Warrior introduces a lightning bolt battery. Well, just in time for winter coming up for everybody. Road Warrior recently introduced Lightning Volt, a plug-in-and-play upgrade to traditional batteries for powering truck APUs or power inverters. Road Warrior recently introduced Lightning Volt, a plug-in-and-play. It's for, like, if you have your APUs like Park Smart and KMs or power inverters, this will work out great. The company said it's designed to power essential long-haul accessories like air conditioners, fridge, microwaves, electronics, and more, without running the truck's engine on a noisy generator. Lightning bolt batteries are designed in Canada and built to withstand harsh winters and challenging terrains. Well, that's what they get in Canada, and well, we get it too. Because thanks to our friends to the north, when you live here in the northeast, yeah, it's pretty freaking windy and cold.
Yeah, it's already starting to cool off.
Yeah,
And
it is.
Big John boy covered the pool today.
Yeah, the pool's gone. But you know what bothers me? I'm not seeing a lot of acorns. So that means we're going to have a really bad winter. Darn it.
Really?
Oh, anyway, if we have a bad winter and it's extremely cold, is that going to kill COVID? Because first they told us COVID would be killed in the cold, you know, the extreme cold would kill COVID. Then they told us, no, spring will kill it. And then the hot weather in the summer, this is the fall. And damn, they didn't say anything about the fall, so I guess we're still in line not to.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, anyways, Iowa 80 truck stop to host COVID-19 vaccine clinic. So you guys get out there and get that. I'm not going to say it. I'm not even going to do it. Besides, it just passed. They just did a vaccine clinic, and if you were one of the lucky dogs, or unlucky dogs, whichever way you want to look at it, because as far as I'm concerned, we're dogs or sheep when we line up for something that we know so little about. Anyways, on to Indiana. An Indiana couple was arrested after husband wrecked with a semi. And for once I'm reading this, it's a four-wheeler getting a semi. Because usually we're always getting blamed. It's always the truck driver's fault. But this time they actually found out it wasn't. So I was glad. So in Posey County, Indiana, the IPS, which is the Indiana State Police, arrested a man on September 13th after he hit an 18-wheeler with his pickup on State Road I-65. Approximately a half a mile northwest of Interstate 64 in a report. ISP said the alcohol was a contributing factor. I would say if you can't see a semi sitting there, I would say there's got to be something wrong. You know? But anyways, a short time later, ICS arrested the man's wife after she hit her husband's truck at the scene of the first wreck. ISP said that alcohol was a contributing factor in that accident as well. The 18-wheel driver wasn't injured. Donald, 56, called his wife, Cheryl Ricketts, 55, to pick him up from the scene before the police arrived, the IPS report said. He had driven his own 2019 Nissan Frontier across the center line and struck the big rib on the driver's side of the cab, according to the report. So yeah, he kind of really missed the street
I
there.
know.
When officers arrived on scene, Donald and Cheryl Ricketts both displaying signs of impairment. No. And they failed sobriety test. Oh, those poor guys. You know, but Cheryl Ricketts was taken to the Deaconess Gibson Hospital by the ISP, where a preliminary test revealed she had a BAC, which is blood alcohol content, of 0.22%.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. In
Whoa.
Indiana, anything
Whoa.
at 0.8% or above makes it illegal to drive a passenger vehicle.
Right.
She was later taken to the Posey County Jail, where she is currently being held on bond. Donald Ricketts was taken to the same hospital, where a test revealed that he had a BAC of 0.28%.
Oh.
He was admitted for a medical issue that is non-life-threatening.
Wow.
So, thank you to the Ricketts, because for once, just for once, the truck driver is not at fault.
Woohoo!
Because usually
Hi,
it's always
Nikki,
the driver's fault.
Susan.
Truckers Against Trafficking was introduced into House Hall of Fame. So this is pretty interesting. In North Kingston, Rhode Island, the Truckers Against Trafficking, TAC, as their acronym, is the first to introduce to the House Hall of Fame class of 2021. They introduced them on September 15th. This organization is working to build a mobile army of transportation professionals who are uniquely positioned to spot the signs of human trafficking on the road to fight against this practice. We are truly honored and inspired by our induction of the House Hall of Fame, said Karen Paris, Executive Director of TAC. With more and more truckers getting involved each day, we generally appreciate the recognition by this, as it shines a light that we will serve to draw in even more drivers grown out of network of eyes and ears even further to pursue our goal is to eradicate human trafficking. Thank you, boys and girls of the trucking industry. We are the first line of defense for a lot of things. And this is a really, really great award
Yes.
for them to keep. I hope they're going to continue this. You know, they hope alongside this leadership that an induction, this gets more and more drivers in the industry become more aware, because this is, especially now with all these illegal immigrants and all those lost children, who knows where they are. This brings me to my next thing I want to talk about. The CBP agents rescued nearly 50 people locked in a trailer. In Laredo, Texas, nearly 50 people were found locked in a trailer near Freer, Texas, during an alleged human smuggling attempt this week.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, you know, come on, the custom border guys, I mean, it's so hard on them as it is. Please, help your fellow police officers. I know a lot of you don't like them, but this is really, really a crime.
It's starting to get bad down there.
It's really bad. You know, shortly after midnight on September 15th, Laredo Sector Border Patrol agents assigned to the Freer station stopped a tractor trailer at the checkpoint on US 59. During a primary inspection, a K-9 alerted agents to the rig, which was referred for secondary inspection. During the secondary inspection, agents found close to 50 people locked inside this trailer, which had an interior temperature of more than 90 degrees. All were determined to be in the U.S. illegally and were from Mexico, Guatemala, and El Salvador.
Wow.
I mean, guys, I just can't reiterate. I mean, there are so many good truck drivers out there, so many honorable men out there, and it's these guys that make it really bad for us, for all the other drivers. Because most drivers, as you know, if you're a truck driver, you heard this before. Oh, you're just a truck driver. What do you possibly know? Or how hard is it to hold a steering wheel? Any dummy can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have heard it, so.
Big difference from a steering wheel in a truck than a steering wheel in a car.
Yeah, but you know how, like, people think.
Well, you don't do nothing but sit in a seat and drive all day. How hard is that?
I know. The next thing I was going to talk about is the North Carolina Department of Transportation spent less than planned, but still remains at risk. Last year, they only spent, 325, they spent I love this, I love how they put this. They spent less, but they spent 2.52 billion for 6 months ending last December, or 325 million less than Spaceline's spending forecast. Holy crap.
What are they spending that much money on?
Yes,
One state?
That's North Carolina.
Oh,
This
wow.
is their audit. But they improved the financial results, didn't hamper due to efforts by the DOT management to spend for roads and other projects based on realistic expectations.
Lord, I tell you what, Interstate 85 in South Carolina is still under construction.
And it's going to be
It's
forever.
I know.
I can't ever remember
It's
when it was.
been 10 years, I know. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Mm.
But if you're from North Carolina, I would start questioning their spending. I mean, if they have a budget of $2.52 billion, we're not even talking a million anymore. Remember when we used to talk million, we thought that was big money? Now we're talking billions, and now that government says trillions. Where the hell is this crap coming from? Man, they must get an awful lot of paper.
Mm.
I guess there's no shortage of trees to make that paper.
I had somebody ask me this week, well, if we're like 30 or 40 trillion dollars in the hole, why are we in the hole when we make our own money?
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, it don't work that way. We can't just go in there and start making money.
Okay.
Well, I don't understand.
I think that works out really well. I want to make my own money.
No, I would love to make my own money.
I'm hoping tonight that our friend is listening to us, Wendy. Wendy is once again in Facebook jail.
Oh, too bad we can't play the 30-day in the hole for Wendy.
We should play 30
yeah,
days in the
we
hole.
should give her a little plug.
I know.
I think she's my partner in crime.
Well, she was mine for a while, but she definitely she outdoes me in going to jail. And I needed you. I didn't need you to go to jail.
I know.
We need you right now.
Hey, I taught her how to break the system.
Well,
Well, let's see if she can do it.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
honestly, John's figuring all this out. And there's a lot of things that have to get figured out that we're all trying to work on, My next thing I was going to talk to people tonight about was Ohio cuts ribbon on a 35 smart mobility corridor. So we all know what that means, smart mobility. Well, the smart mobility corridor runs from the city of Dublin on the east end to the city of Marysville, past industry partners Honda manufacturing and vehicle development operation. It concludes at the gates of the Transportation Research Center in East Liberty, Ohio. The 33 Smart Mobile is designed to test smart mobile technology in hopes of enhancing safety. So you guys know what that means. Let me think. Smart mobility technology, enhancing safety, reducing congestion, improving fuel. What does that mean for drivers? I can see the writing in that one, and I can read between the lines.
You don't need a billboard to get on that. No.
This will help develop and advance transportation technologies that will make safer travel for everyone. And when the government tells me things are going to be safe, that's when I'm going to get scared, because every time they say something's safe and good for you, guess what? You're going to bend over because that's where you're going to take it, because you know damn well it ain't.
Yeah, well.
Right? We all know that. Because you know what's going to happen, because you know what's coming. This is going to be utilize technology to improve quality of life and grow an innovative economy that will fuel jobs of the future. So these project partners include the Ohio Department of Transportation, right? U.S. Department of Transportation, Government's Council, which includes the city of Dublin, Maryville, Union County, Port Authority. So, As you know, as they tell us, transportation is evolving and mobility technology solutions that have been tested during this will save lives. Because you know what they're putting out there, right? Does anybody get it? At Drive Ohio, we know the connected and automated vehicle technology will continue to mature and scale at an ever-increasing pace, because this is what it's being made for.
The only thing I'm waiting on is the flying cars.
Well, damn, I want one of those.
I know. I want the flying car to come on in. We'll
Like the
skip
jet-
autonomous.
like the
They had those in the 1930s, you realize that, right?
No,
Oh yeah, they had these cars, you nose them right up in there, and you can hook them up to your plane, fly your plane and stuff, land, and you unconnect it and drive it into town. I don't think they were very, functional though, that's
in the
problem.
30s?
Yep.
Wow.
But they had electric cars in the out years of 1900.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I knew that. You had to get out there and crank it with your hand.
No, they had battery operated electric cars. There used to be, instead of a steering wheel, they had a bar. They turned right, you push it forward, and turn left, you pulled it back to you.
Oh.
Yep, it's a true thing. But the thing went real slow, and they couldn't climb hills for nothing.
But I still want to be the flying car thing.
John, can you make me one of those?
Flying car?
Yeah.
You don't fly. You can get her on a plane to save her life.
Should take a train, no?
Well, that was my next thing. I really, really would like to take the train when we go, but me and Baby Doll we're trying to decide if that's a good move for us. Is John looking at us?
Yeah, he is.
John already knows how we're getting down there.
He doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
It's going to be an argument, but all in all, we'll show up in the pickup.
Well,
We're taking the pickup.
Yeah, you know.
Me and Jedi sits in the back seat.
I can't stand the idea of being somewhere and I don't have my own transportation. Come on now. I'm a truck driver.
Where are we going to go? We're going to spend the whole entire time
and you have
right
to
there.
pay $53.15 a day.
Some of us can't stay at a Facebook jail. If it comes to real jail, we want to get in our vehicles and run like hell, okay?
Oh, really? With the dog? That's going to work out.
Yeah, with the dog.
That's going to work out great. I mean, honestly.
So, John, what's your thoughts on all the people that's going to be protesting between the 27th and including our event on the 4th, with all these people warning us not to go down there because it's a trap?
Well, see, that's the whole issue,
that's
isn't it? We were talking about the brown shirts of Nazi Germany of modern day times when it comes to Antifa, BLM, attacking people for voicing their opinions, voicing their thoughts, you know. And I've said this before, that the United States government is circumventing your rights, and they're not doing it directly, they're doing it indirectly through corporations.
Right.
And that's what President Biden chosen President Biden is doing now, is he's trying to put mandates to corporations that are forcing their employees to have to get vaccinated that don't want to be vaccinated. That is erroneous. That is wrong, and that's not to be tolerated. And then they're going to start throwing BLM at you, right? So you can't be on the streets because of COVID, and yada, yada, yada. But here BLM comes running down the streets trying to beat everybody up that's opposing them. No, I'm sorry, but we don't work that way. We're patriots. They can send BLM all they want to. As far as violence goes, force meets force. I'm sorry, I don't want to be fighting with people in the streets. I don't want to turn violent. But you have a right to be there just as much as anybody else do. And if they initiate, and they're going to get what they get.
Yeah, but then they say that there's a possibility that it's going to be the same thing as January 6th. We're down there peacefully protesting, and they going to come in and destroy some bunch of stuff. They going to snatch us up, put us in jail with the ones that's still in jail from January 6th.
I ain't going for it. It's not, no, I'm sorry, I'm not living in fear. This is our country, these are our rights. We're going to exercise our 9th A Amendment to be recognized for our constitutional rights.
Why don't you tell them what the 9th A Amendment is? Because most people have no clue.
All
They
right.
don't even know what our Constitution says.
Your
I know
ninth-
where the
your ninth
plead
A- Your
fifth.
9th A Amendment is probably the most overlooked amendment in the Bill of Rights. Your 9th A Amendment acknowledges that you have other rights that are not listed in the Bill of Rights. It's up to us, the people, to bring government to recognize our rights for medical freedoms, our rights to have our Constitution recognized. You know, when they're taking and circumventing the Constitution, indirect violation is still a violation. I don't care how you slice it. And when Biden was asked as he left the podium, is this constitutional, Mr. President? He would not answer that question. He walked away. He knows damn well it's not.
I beg your pardon. I'm going to tell you something. Biden doesn't know anything. When you have dementia, you live in two different realms. And that poor man has dementia.
Well, everybody knows he's got a TV right here, and the words are going up on the
Teleprompter,
thing. Yeah, so he's pre-recorded what he's going to say. Oh, by the way, Wendy says, I'm watching y'all, bitches. She said, effing Facebook. I'm trying to stay out of jail, Wendy. I really need to stay out of jail. I can't believe I got another 30 days. Just tell if I can do anything, boo. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can do something. You and Kevin can bring your butts. See, I'm being good.
Yes,
I'm not
she's
cussing.
She's trying.
I know it. Bring your butts down to D.C. with that pretty truck and lead the trucks down to D.C. You might not be on Facebook, but you can get on Messenger, and you got 1,050 million followers. And I know that you can bring some trucks down in D.C. for John Grosvenor. We need you.
Tell her, she's got to understand, she can meet the biggest asshole in the world. I'm about to make the Guinness Book of World Records,
Well,
okay?
actually,
how often do you get to meet somebody that's the biggest asshole in the world? Come on,
well,
now,
no,
get down
Wendy's
here.
pretty much the woman asshole of the bunch. So
Who?
y'all-
What?
You and Wendy are kind of, y'all kind of two of a kind here.
Nope.
Well-
I'm not giving up my crown. Nope.
Well, I have to say, I'm hoping somebody else. I'm hoping we had from Lisa and Lee. I'm really hoping Lisa and Lee we get to see them down in Washington because I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think
love
they're
talking to
they're
Lisa.
fixing their truck.
I was hoping that she would come on. I was hoping that they would start doing their show again. I
Mhm.
used to like Monday nights when I could just sit in my jacuzzi and listen to them. So we're hoping to hear from Lee and Lisa.
Well, and we
There's
also
just so many people out there in these groups that they run these groups, okay? And there's nothing wrong. I think it's great. I think there's a lot of diversity. But the only problem we have as truck drivers, there's over 4 million truck drivers in this country. Can you imagine, could you just picture in your heads what it would be like if the truck drivers in this country finally said, enough. No, we've had enough. Bullshit. If we could shut down this country, you don't even have to go to a highway to shut down. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't move your truck. You pick a day. Every driver in this country shuts down for a day. Guess what? America doesn't run on Dunkin' Donuts. It runs on the truck drivers. The truck drivers
no,
are
they run on
backbone.
Krispy Kreme. Thank you.
Well, it's Krispy Kreme where you are. It's
Krispy
Dunkin'
Kreme.
Donuts up here. It's Ducks up here. And whatever, or Starbucks or whatever you are. That's not runs the country. It is that driver in that truck. I don't care if you're OTR. I don't care if you're a company driver. I don't care if you're a Class B driver, a bus driver, if you're a cab driver, whatever type of driver you are, UPS, FedEx, Amazon, whatever you are, if we all just stood together and said had enough, but we can't do that because some guys think their dick's bigger than other dick, so they gotta be the boss. If it's not their idea, they sabotage everybody. So guess what, drivers? We never get anything done because everybody is too afraid to let somebody else lead. Oh my God, I can't take that. I don't like that.
I got to tell you two things here. One, TJ loves Krispy Kreme. Okay, when we were in Florida, she absolutely loved it. Two, I've seen enough and heard enough about drivers that come to me and go, John, we got to get balls out on this. We really got to do something. This is what I want to do. But then when we start making plans and stuff, they backpedal and start going, well, I this and that, I'd like to and all, but you know what? Screw that shit, dude. Get off your ass and do something.
Instead of having a big dick, grow some balls and stand up. Because I'll tell you something, these mandates, in fact, tonight, I'm going to tell you right now, this big infrastructure bill, truckers, we're left circling the parking lot again because in that $1 trillion bill, and even in the other one, all these bills, not one damn thing for parking. Not one damn thing. And how many times have we gone to the FMSSEA? We all go to those. I'm going to make up new names. Fucker, men. But I'm going to think of another name for
Leland just took safety out and started calling the Federal Motor Carrier Administration.
Right. Well, there is a lot going on. I mean, you know, I'm getting posts from Twitter where there seems to be a lot going on from the date, the 25th of September, into the 4th of October. You know, I'm hearing, shut your trucks down, September 27th. I can't find who's leading that. If somebody knows who's leading that one, you know, for everybody to shut down on the 27th, hey, give me a shout out. I need to contact them, see what they're doing, see if we can coordinate, you know.
We need to coordinate, and I know that they're doing 10-4 on in DC, okay. But what are you guys doing there? Because I've had people ask me, well, what are they doing over there? Is it just lighting up on the mall and a cookout? What are we doing?
Well,
I have no answer because, do you have an answer, John?
No, wait a minute. 10-4 has always made it clear that they hold an event where people can come and meet their congressmen and stuff. They can set up their own event within this event. So this is, they make that.
Oh, you mean we could have went
path.
there and we could have set up and had an event there ourselves during the same time on the mall? Is that what you mean?
When it comes to protesting, I'm not sure in this
It
regard.
wasn't a protest. I thought we were going to do something else.
Well, I think the 10-4 DC is more where you come set up, like,
To
say
meet the
we're
public.
United Truckers for Freedom, we set up a tent and we can hand out pamphlets and things
Well, I thought
and
we were
talk
going
about.
to do that. I thought we were going to do that this year.
We were originally making plans on doing that, but we got this we got to work on now. I mean, this came up.
Well,
and
this came up because of Biden.
Well,
Biden
actually,
opened his mouth.
I want to tell you guys something. Anyways, I hope people understand this. You know this mandate. Members of Congress, are you ready for this? Staffers, federal judges, they're all exempt from the Biden mandate. So think about that a minute. Okay, I'm going to say it again. Members of Congress, the federal court system, and their staffers are exempt from President Joe Biden's vaccine mandate. Biden's new rule requires all federal employees to be vaccinated and forces employees with more than 100 employees to either mandate vaccination or weekly testing. However, the mandate does not apply to the legislative or judicial branches of government. It was also reported last week that more than 600,000 United States Postal Service employees will be exempt from the mandate. However, the administrator clarified that the U.S. will still be subject to the mandate since its employer wasn't 100. So, screwed up once again. UPS is not included in the executive order requiring vaccination of federal employees. USPS has a separate statutory scheme and is traditionally independent of federal personal actions like this.
But the unvaccinated is killing everybody.
That said, USPS is strongly encouraged to apply. Also, the Labor Department of Occupational Safety and Health Administration will cover UPS through the emergency I love this part. The emergency temporary standards, meaning that the postal workers will be subject to vaccination or testing. So they'll have to go through some steps too. But remember, in April, wonderful House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, the Democrat from California, the state that I wish they would cut out and throw it away, said she would not mandate the vaccine for lawmakers out of concern for privacy. So here's the thing: we can't require someone to be vaccinated. That's just not what we can do, she said. It is a matter of privacy to know who is and who isn't, she continued. I can't go to the Capitol doctor and say, give me the names of people who aren't vaccinated so I can go and encourage them too. Or make it known to others to encourage them to be vaccinated. Several states have already vowed to sue Biden administration over the vaccine mandate, slamming it as an abuse of power. That's just, guys, remember our Constitution? We the people. Do you remember? Does anybody remember from school why we left England? Why we came to America? Why we started a new country? It may be new. We may have made mistakes. But guess what? People want to come here because they want one thing.
Freedom.
It's a 7-letter word is right. Freedom.
Freedom.
So the governors who have expressed opposition, including from Arizona, Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, New Hampshire, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, West Virginia, and Wyoming. Florida's governor, Ron DeSantis, which I'm sure he might be running for president, with whom Biden has sparred over mask mandates and vaccine passports, said Florida will be one of several states fighting back. When you have a president like Biden issuing unconstitutional edicts against the American people, we have a responsibility to stand up for the Constitution and to fight back. And we are doing that in the state of Florida, he said. This is a president who has acknowledged in the past that he does not have the authority to force this on anybody, and this order would result potentially in millions of Americans losing their jobs. Now, we were just so happened to live in the state. Our governor said, nope. During the last minute press conference, Governor Chris Sununu announced he will fight President Joe Biden's vax mandates as State Epidemiologist Dr. Chan updated COVID-19, saying there were 540 new cases and 4 deaths. But what they didn't report, and Sununu finally reported this, 24 of those deaths last week in New Hampshire were from fully vaccinated people. So he is, our governor himself is going to fight with other Republican governors that the federal mandates announced last week will be are tested weekly. He's going to fight this, and I was really glad to see that our governor. I like our governor. I'm glad he's going to stand up. Unfortunately, he might be running for senator to get rid of Senator Hassan, which I kind of had a little fight.
So that right there just eases the American people to where they don't have to stand up and speak our own voices because we got the politicians doing it for us, right?
Do you trust that?
Nope, you need to
I'm just
stand
throwing
up.
it out there because that
But even
just,
as drivers, even now that you know that all these trillions of dollars, not one damn thing is going to drivers.
So-
how many times, how many group leaders, how many times have all of us gone to the FFS, the fuckface place?
FMCSA.
I don't even give a shit. How many times have we gone there, called there, have committees, do this, do that, all the time that we put in, the time, the effort, the money, and they still, what do they look at the driver, I'm gonna look at this driver sitting right hand on my left, they just go, get the big finger because we're gonna do what we want. You drivers just have to comply because guess what? You're just a truck driver. Everybody should be damn well insulted, they should be mad and angry. Enough is enough, drivers.
Well,
So
I'm not even talking about the truck driver. I'm talking about the American people.
Exactly.
You know, we're trying to put this together for everybody.
Here's the thing. Senator Braun is said he's going to start congressional review on this mandate, but we the people need to stand up and protest on it to support him in that congressional review,
Right.
so we can influence the legislators so that they go along with them. They understand that people are angry, people are pissed off, and people have had enough of this horse shit. So then they'll want to go with Braun instead of going against him.
Right.
As long as we're complacently quiet, then they're going to think we're fine with whatever they decide.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Enough is enough.
Yeah, I've sent this event out behind the scenes. I've sent it out to hundreds. Matter of fact, I didn't even know that you could get blocked on Messenger. I thought as long as I was on Messenger, I was fine, but they blocked me on Messenger for about 2 days because I was trying to get this event out, trying to stay off the main media. Damn.
If you can't meet with us in Washington, if you can't, I mean, I understand that people have to work because we all have to work.
Right.
We understand that part.
But we're going to lose our jobs anyway if we don't get a jab. I don't understand.
Wait a minute. I'm working. I'm going to work on raising some hell. Come on.
Come on back.
Well,
you know?
I just think that we put out a letter, and it states a lot of the facts, a lot of the mandates. If you haven't received that, we tried to send it to all the group leaders so they can share it. You can take that letter, you can take John's name off it, put your own.
Yeah.
All you have to do is go and email it to your congressman or your senator. You can email it to your governor, and you can email it to your mayor. That's all it takes. You can
email it to your employees.
Your employees. You don't even have to spend a dime. All you have to do is, and how long does it take? You take the matter, we can send it to Messenger, and all you have to do is message those people. We can send it to an email, and you can
I have it in a PDF form. All you got to do is look up Baby Truck It babydollartrucking@gmail.com. I will send you the PDF.
You can
The
go
PDF is at the website.
to, you can go to,
Yeah.
yep, you can go to Truckers United for Freedom. If the PDF is there, that's all
Yeah.
it would take. If every single driver took 5 minutes out of their day to send it off. And
Mhm.
female drivers, I gotta tell you, this new infrastructure bill is going to hurt women drivers. It's gonna hurt more though than the men drivers because there's a lot of regulations that are coming on. And you know, and the pay thing, because let me think, they would like to get more illegals driving, and I hate to say this,
Yeah.
guess what happens? I went through this in the 80s. I was working on a survey crew, and they brought in 10,000 Africans. They weren't even Americans, they were Africans. Their quota for Boston was 10,000. They put them on the survey crews, and in doing that, guess who lost their jobs? The black Americans
Mhm.
were replaced. Because a black American wanted $14, $15 an hour when they only had to pay this guy coming over from Africa thinking $10 was a lot of money
Mhm.
to do
And,
the same
and
job.
that really is in cahoots. They are going to bring the African community over here, just like, and that's a form of slavery.
Yep.
To
All
me-
these illegals that are looking for job, and right now there's over 10,000 of them sitting at the border. We had posted on our web pages. We took the drone picture they put on a drone, and they showed you how many are sitting there, how many children are alone, how many children are actually missing now from that area. We told you, we showed that to you. Where do you think those people are going to go to work? Do you think if they can go to McDonald's and work $10 an hour when some other employee wants 15, who do you think they're going to hire? Come on, guys. And if I can get a team, and I only have to pay that team $2 a mile,
Right?
right? Guess what I'm going to do? Because that money's going to go, and then that's the way it works. So,
Well, hell, if a team got $2 a mile, I'd fucking go get in the truck with them. They
Well,
don't
I'm
give
just
us
saying,
that. It's
I'm
like
just-
40
that's
cents
She
a
was
mile.
know.
she
I'm
was
just saying.
spitballing
Wait.
kind of big there.
I know. I was like, shit. Where's that job at?
Yeah, right.
Oh wait, it ain't Frank G. He might
Uh-oh.
tell you
hey,
that.
hey,
Oh, I'm sorry.
that's not nice.
So, who said
Oh
I had
my
to be
God,
nice?
she is bitchy today.
I am.
Stuff in the
Well,
time she
you
gets,
know,
she's
when
bitchy.
you and I'm gonna play nice until after this event's over. But I'm putting Frank G in the brew pot, and I'm gonna let him sit there and simmer for a while until I get back to you.
Is Bill McCovey listening tonight? Hey, Bill, I hope we get to meet you down in Washington.
Oh yeah.
I have some great conversations with Bill, so I would really like to meet him and his wife. I'm hoping that we can meet up. I would love to meet Lisa and Lee in person because I've always enjoyed their, talking.
Have you not met Lisa and Lee in person?
No,
Oh my God.
I have never met them, have I? No,
Oh wow.
no, I
That
haven't.
would be very interesting.
Why?
Because they're good people.
Why, I get that
Yeah.
part.
Well,
And
they're
Sean
assholes
Mitchell?
and,
Oh, Sean,
I mean.
Sean, you better show up, and you better show up with my phone books.
Oh, I'm
Is that
gonna
what-
show up with a comb and a pair of scissors when I see Sean.
Well,
You
actually,
better
I do.
stay away from that mullet, though. I'm telling you right now. I know
Hey,
that.
I'm the one who has the hairdressing license. I can take care of
Right.
you. I'll give you a nice cut.
We could actually clean you up to where you might.
Oh, come on! Now we're picking on him. Where's Scott? We gotta do something about Scott. Where the hell is
Scotty's hiding.
Scotty, you can't hide forever.
Nah,
will
he's
get you.
hiding.
You will come after.
Sean, you need to call me tomorrow. Me and you's got a powwow.
Well, listen, Mom, I wanted to talk. There was another thing. This left. I love this, how you're either on the left or you're on the right. And it always reminds me of that song. Jokers to the left, clowns to the right. Here I am stuck. You guys know
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
I'm
that
stuck in
song.
the middle with you. Well, you know something? We're all stuck in the middle. Because there's
Yeah.
jokers to the left and there's clowns
Sound
to
to
the
the
right.
right.
So here we are, stuck in the middle. Because the left is desperate to control your language, not COVID. The medical community has not been being honest with us throughout this whole pandemic. We've seen it time and time again. The lies and the deception that are engaging in are absolutely shameless. It only gets worse by the day at this point. The CDC is at the forefront of these lies. They change their minds on things on a daily basis. If you ask the liberals what their problem is, they will tell you that science has to react to constantly changing data. No, that doesn't really, but that's okay.
Oh.
This excuse stopped holding water a long time ago. It has not meant much at this whole time, but they just won't stop saying it. Now that vaccinated people are being infected with a variant of the virus, the CDC is actually looking to change the definitions of a various word. Vaccine and vaccination do not mean the same anymore because the English language only exists to be bent by their whims. This is music to the ears of someone like Alex Bernson, who is currently suing Twitter for defamation. It doesn't stop infection or transmission. Don't think of it as a vaccine, Bernson reads. So what did the DC do to lead us to this point? On August 26th of this year, 21, there are definitions that were being used. A vaccine was referred to a product that stimulates a person's immune system to produce immunity to a specific disease. Meanwhile, a vaccination was referred to as the act of inducing a vaccine into the body to produce immunity to a disease. This seems easy enough to understand. On the other hand, we have issues for starters. The virus is not a disease. CDC Director Rachel Walensky is backpedaling big time as well. She is admitting that the effectiveness of the vaccine is currently waning. That's a problem for those who want to know that they provide long-term protection. They can't just admit that the vaccines are not working in the proper manner. That's why they have become spin doctors who want to fiddle around with the language. The new definition would be humorous if we were not so flabbergasted by them. A vaccine is now a preparation that is used to stimulate the body's immune response against disease. That's subtle change, but is important one to note. This is a major problem for patients who actually want to be helped. No one wants a vaccine that is not going to function in the manner that it's supposed to. It does not matter if the CDC plays with the language. The basic facts have not changed here. Dr. Fauci has been lying to the people for some time now. He's even lied in front of Congress about these matters. So there is no telling how far they will take it. The CDC is not trustworthy either. It is time to start realizing that these people all have a vested interest in making sure the pandemic remains. Dr. Fauci's 15 minutes of fame will end soon as the pandemic does. Alex Bernson is now taking his own personal victory tour, as well he should. He cannot believe that that Twitter banned him, but then again we can. This is what they do. Whenever they are questioned about their foolishness, they simply kick you off the platform and bank on the liberals to play defense on their behalf. It is an art that we have watched played out time and time again. Anyone who isn't saddened to see someone silenced for telling the truth is not someone who is trustworthy. During these challenging times, Biden claimed to be a greater uniter, but all he has done is to further our divisions. We know that they do not really care about any of this or that, but what is sold the rest of the American people? Hopefully people are waking up and smelling the coffee before it's too late. And the sad part, there's millions of Americans who have been scared. They're still wearing masks in their cars and gloves. They're scared. They have really done a very disservice. This administration needs to go. If you look up on top United for Freedom and you look at that, you'll be very surprised to see what our letter contains. And if you send that out,
And it's a very powerful message.
it's
So
a very
you
big
don't-
message.
And
You don't have to, all you have to do is highlight and copy and paste it into your
Yes.
email
Yeah.
along with the links and just say, hey, I support this 100%. Something of that nature, It's as easy as that. By the way, we do have a caller online.
Sure.
Yeah, Sean.
Oh, are you kidding me? He's going to talk to me tonight?
He's
Okay,
here to share
Sean.
you a new one.
All right.
Your,
Sean,
your
where's my-
phone line's open, Sean.
Sean, where's my phone books? Uh-oh.
Bring it on, baby. Bring it on. I'm gonna wait till you go to sleep, and then I'm just gonna trim it up and make you look handsome. That's all. Well, go motorboat somebody, but at least brush your hair, brother. I'll brush your hair.
Sean, I hope you're coming to see us in Washington.
I hope so too.
Well, I told you, come on down and get it. Because I don't think we're driving to Washington. I really want it.
I don't think you understand what he's saying. He
I
wants
know.
you to fly your car out there
I
so he can
know,
scoop out
I
his
get
trailer
it,
now.
I get it, but John won't let me do anything, Sean. That's the, oh, don't worry.
I'm gonna plead the Fifth Amendment on that one. Swimming? I don't know what kind of lie he told you. That man ain't
He's
been
only been
in
in the
that
pool
pool all
twice.
summer.
No, he's been in twice.
Oh, he hasn't
yeah,
been?
He went, yeah, he went.
Once I
Oh,
recall.
okay.
Maybe it was
Oh.
3 times. I don't know. But anyways, we hope to see you there, Sean. That would be really nice. To
Yeah.
See you there.
Yeah, but I don't have your number, Sean. Get it from
Well, John
Call
can
me
give you his
tomorrow.
phone number.
yeah.
John has his phone number.
Okay, well I need to call you
Well,
tomorrow,
we're just
Sean.
hoping
We got a
that we're
powwow.
hoping that other drivers either send a letter off to their congressman or try to meet us
Mhm.
down in Washington.
Yeah.
And I know that
Or
there'll be
your
a lot of
towns or cities.
there'll be a lot of drivers down there already for the 10-4 DC event. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the witches' holiday. We have one every day.
We have
But it
work to
doesn't
do.
always start with a W.
We have work to do, Sean.
But anyway, okay. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
So she will get in touch with you. But we have to talk about our asshole of the week.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Well- Oh, John, it's always you. But you just get boring after a while. And we can't talk about Sean. We already talked about Sean tonight.
Are we doing the dumbass of the week or the asshole of the week?
Well, actually, this is I have another word for this girl, but I don't like to say that.
Oh, it's a girl.
I don't like to say that.
Oh,
I don't like
hell
to
no.
say that 4-letter word that starts with a C, but that's what she is.
I'll see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, see you next Tuesday. Okay?
All right.
Well, I gotta tell you can't make this crap up. This is about AOC, and you all know who that is. That is U.S. Representative Alexander Cortez out of New York. Once again, why is it New York and California? Can't we just cut a big hole and float them out? They can take New Jersey, New York, and California. Can't they just take that land mass, put it out somewhere in the ocean, and let them go?
Well, God's been trying to flood them and stuff. They just ain't going nowhere.
Unfortunately, you can't.
I know, I saw that. I know. Yeah. Okay, she's acting like the belle of the ball, this U.S. Representative AOC, was all the rage last Monday night when she self-avowed Democrat socialist showed up on the red carpet at the star-studded Met Gala in New York City. The lawmaker's appearance and attire were a walking contradiction as she rocked the dress rumored to cost $10,000 to an event, where tickets started at $30,000, according to the Associated Press. The dress was emblazoned on the back, "Tax the Rich." Never mind the politician who claims to be fighting for the working classes right at home, mixing and mingling with the most affluent people in the city. It's not clear if she paid for her ticket or if they gave the ticket, but it doesn't really matter because that's like the in place at that moment. So adding to the rank hypocrites, she's such a hypocrite, of the whole sordid affair, the sanctimonious former bartender who lectures others about their behavior amid a pandemic, strutted around, showing off her back, showing off her ass, without bothering to wear a mask. AOC was far from alone, though, as much as the elite class on here Monday night didn't bother wearing masks. I guess that you don't need to be masked. I guess the notion that you don't need to be masked at the Met Gala because everyone is vaccinated flies in the face of every public health for the past 2 months. Oh, well, let them eat cake, compound, tax the rich, subtle. Here she is, doesn't have to wear the mask. But then, as journalist Brent noted, COVID wasn't invited to the Met Gala, so those sophisticated people weren't in any danger. And if that wasn't enough to make you ill, no pun intended, OC had the sheer audacity to still play the poor oppressed victim. When Aurora James and I first kind of partnered, we really started having a conversation about what it means to be working class women of color at the Met. AOC said, and we said, we just can't play along, but we need to break the fourth wall and challenge some of the institution. And while the Met is known for its spectacle, we should have a conversation about it. Fashion is changing in America, and America is changing as far as the theme goes. I think Alexander and I can bone on the language fashion needs to consider adding to general lexicon as we work towards a more sustainable, inclusive, and empowered future. Now, this James, she's a dress designer. Okay, she designed the dress. So, the timing of this event could not have been better as the Democrats rolled out what's being characterized the highest tax increase in American history. A massive tax hike designed to help pay for Biden's $3.5 trillion budget, his reconciliation package, his build back better. His wife was a fucking doctor of education, and they say build back better. Oh God, help us. AOC is a prominent supporter of the unprecedented spending bill that steers billions of dollars to climate-friendly infrastructure, calling for taxing the wealthy to pay for it all. Turns out, AOC was not the only liberal snob to show up the Met Gala with a message. Teen Vogue editor-in-chief was toting a custom purchase that was embossed, "Protect Roe, kill the filibuster." Wow. A perfect night for the nightcap for the spectacle as we get up with some tennis player Naomi Osaka, who bounced out in the third round of the Tokyo Olympics, an upset before tell reporters to take an indefinite break from tennis. I feel like me. Recently, when I win, I don't feel happy. I feel more like a relief. And when I lose, I feel sad. I don't think that's normal. Yeah, no shit, honey. I mean, these people are out. These are the AOC, that whole bunch. I don't know how they keep get voted in. I just don't get it. And the
I
rest
think
of
they
us,
get appointed in because not really a lot of people vote for real.
it's only in America, people. We're a self-described. Yep. Yeah, that's true.
Well,
Only in America a self-described Democrat socialist can wear a $10,000 dress, tax the rich dress, pay $30,000 for a ticket, and be praised as a champion for the poor. Champagne socialists like AFC are far from removed from reality, and the bills that they're making for us, it's screwing the American people. It's just like when I have told you before. You have to believe in America, not the media, but
Right.
most of all, a quote from Martin Luther King Sr. One has a moral responsibility to dissipate unjust laws. And those who give up their safety give up their freedom. And that was Benjamin Franklin, and deserve neither. So if you give up your safety and you give up for freedom,
if you give up freedom for safety, then you don't deserve neither.
It was security.
It's security, yeah. And that's what's happening. And what's happening is the media is scaring people. You get people like Don Lemon. And then, I also heard here's an asshole of the week, Jimmy Kimmel. Who the hell are you, Jimmy Kimmel, to decide what's good for other people? You're a fucking comedian. I mean, really, that's your whole thing. You are a comedian. You're not a doctor. You can't tell people not to get vaccinated. You can't tell them that they don't deserve, the unvaxxed don't deserve a hospital bed. You don't know their circumstance, and who the hell are you? Your kid had a heart problem. You took time off, and weren't you glad that at that time they could have said, I'm sorry, Mr. Kimball, but we're not treating children with this type of heart problem anymore because it costs too much money. Because I'll tell you, that's what it's going to come to pretty soon. People want all...
Probably. Probably the name of it, I said something they didn't like, but.
That always happens.
Hmm.
But that brings us...
Oh, sure.
Well, that brings us to the end. Remember, Tuesday night on TBN, you have Sean and John, and on Wednesday nights we have the Common Sense Conservatives with Chris, Todd, and John. And I'm hoping on Thursday we start getting back Truckers with Christ, and hope Steve was sick, right? Hope he's doing better. I hope everyone's feeling better out there. Have a great week. Please go to Tough United for Freedom, look up the PDF, and get it out there. Whether you can join us in Washington or not, that's important. We're fighting for your rights. We're fighting to keep freedom. So it's up to you guys to help out a little. That's all it takes. Email it to somebody. Flood them with emails. If you can't do anything else with that, do that. Good night, everybody. Bye, Sean. Thank you for calling in. Good night.
I can't cover you guys up. You have to just wait a sec. Just kind of talk among yourselves or something.
Do what?
Because I can't cover you guys up, you just have to wait a sec. Just
Oh,
kind of like
okay.
talk among yourselves and look like you're
All right.
busy and important people. I still got to figure out how I'm ending this. Stop stream, right?
Oh, shoot. We try not to go to jail, we wind up going to jail.
Well, I haven't been to jail yet, so I'm sure that's coming. I'm sure. You know?
Why you figure you're going to jail?
Because I just swore and I shouldn't have sworn.
Huh?
I just swore and I shouldn't have sworn, but I couldn't help it. I'm just so
Oh,
tired
that's
of
on
this
the live
stupid
video. I
crap.
don't even think they can pick that.
Oh, yeah, they
I
don't. The live videos
they
are
do
a little
it- the
different.
music
I'm
they
talking
do.
about, I mean, he said y'all crazy and somebody probably reported him.
Well, I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, is that it?
Hang on.
You gotta take the little people out.
Mm.